Hi there, my name is Samuel and welcome back to another video where today we should be taking a look at the set 75205 Mos Eisley Cantina, which does include 376 pieces, 4 minifigures, and this back in 2018. It has honestly been insane how just time has gone so fast lately, and this did retail for £45, $40.50. Again, why is the price all over the just all over the place here? Honestly, it doesn't make sense. And yeah, this set is a really good set, but really the Mos Eisley nowadays is the bigger one. That one is basically this set, just more completely more accurate because you have all the same figures. You even have the same pods here, which that was the first iteration right here. So yeah, let's take a look at this and also debate the question of who shot first. Personally, I'm gonna go with Han. But anyway, let's get straight to the minifigures, and then we'll look at the pretty interesting build here. And then we'll take a look at the cantina. So taking a look at the Han Solo and Greedo minifigure, you can see what they look like, which honestly, these minifigures I think are done really well. You can see we have Han Solo's printing and Greedo's. You can see that they basically have the same leg printing, kind of like the same gist of it. You can see that Han Solo has sadly got the really bad flesh tone printing at the top because it is done on a darker brick. It's honestly really sad that that has been happening lately, and I'm really hoping Lego will fix it at some point. It has the, well, we say new Han Solo hairpiece has been for like 5 years, but I still remember when it was introduced, which is a really weird thing to think about. But there you can see Greedo's body print and just Han's a bit closer up, and just switching them on around, you can see their back printing, which I think is done really well. But it's a shame that Greedo doesn't have arm printing because his first ever minifigure did. So the fact that this one doesn't, and not even the one in the Master Series and Cantina, is absolutely just insane that they've done that. And then there's a better look at Greedo's head, which honestly, I think that piece is done really well. You can quickly see just moving on out, you can see all of the detail and everything. I think is done really well, like the shading and just the molding and everything on this is absolutely incredible. Which, taking a look at Wuhan's minifigure, you can see what he looks at, which honestly I think this minifigure's done really well. His printing is done pretty nicely, and then looking on the back, I think he has got quite a good amount of detail. And this minifigure I think is a great one, like I said, but the fact that they've reused him in the other set, especially in a 300 and something pound set, honestly is just not that good when you look at it that way. But hey, it's still good that we've got him at least twice now. You can see his face print there is done really well, but this side I'm not as big as a fan of as this one. It fits his more angry persona, but yeah, and the hair does match at the side, which is really cool. So that is Woo-ha, yes, Woo-ha, I think. Which then, taking a look at the Sandtrooper, this sadly is like the final one I think we ever got before they used the new molded piece, which I guess works more for the Tatooine heat of the desert. But there you can see what he looks like, which honestly I think is really cool. The pack is really cool at the back, and yeah, so let's quickly just remove all of the arm ring and all of that so you can have a better look at the minifigure, which there you can see what he looks like, which honestly I think it looks pretty cool. Though we can't really call it an angry clone face anymore because they've kind of gone away from it, but I guess it originally was a clone face. But yeah, I really have always liked the Sandtroopers, just the way that they would just add all the dirt markings and sand markings on the outfit. I thought that was always a really cool thing that they did, and there you can see the little shoulder pauldron that he has, which is really awesome. So that is the other minifigure of this set. Taking a look at this little ship itself, you can see straight off the bat that this has got such a unique shape. You can just tell that it really doesn't look like anything that we've had before, and this I believe only appears on screen for like 3 or 4 seconds, so it's insane that we've got something like this and not some other more major screen vehicles. So that is definitely an interesting thought. But just taking a look at this build, you can see we have some pretty interesting stickers. You've got this, which mostly could be used for a flag or something, so that's pretty cool. But then just rotating it around, you can just see you have all of the stickers and everything there, quite a lot. The side builds are the same, and there is the bottom. It's quite a simple build, really. It's one of those builds that's simple, but again quite effective, as I'll say, like I'm saying quite a lot in the Lego terms. Sorry, you can see the ring lights there. But there you can see we have this stud shooter, which it's really awkward, like what is this really meant to do? I guess it's so you can actually turn this all the way around, so really you could kind of put it anywhere. So if you was playing with it or whatever you wanted to do, it is really good that you can do that. But yeah, you can then move up this little lid and the little roof, and there you can see the interior, which has got the usual control panel. There you can see the printing and everything, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's pretty interesting that it can do that, and I believe this is Greedo Ship. I think it is. Maybe I have got that wrong, apologies if I do, but yeah, you can simply put them in there, which I think is really nice. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It's a bit weird, it doesn't have any reverse like blue tiles or anything, but yeah, I still think it looks pretty cool, and Greedo does fit in there really well. So that is what the pod looks like, which honestly I think is really good, and I think currently this is better than the newest version. So starting back with this angle, which is of course what I use for the thumbnail and the intro, and will do for the outro, you can see that we've got 3 different sections, but let's quickly spin this on around and kind of work our way in. The good thing is about this set is that you can basically start it like this. You can have it as like an exterior building. You can sort of move that in, or actually, in fact, you can just remove that because it is all on hinges. So you can actually have a pretty neat, nice little build for the cantina outside. So that is definitely a bonus that you can do. But yeah, moving around, you can see there's just quite a lot of greebling, just lots of detailing. Like, I think it's done really nice. You can see that we have this switch there, which is a play feature, which I will show you what that does shortly in a minute. But there you can see that you can see Han's hand there and a bit of Greedo's foot on that side. And there you can also see that you have the little buttons and everything. And there you can also see that you have that entrance sign, which I believe that says Cantina or Mos Eisley, one of the two. So that is really neat. And moving on down, you can see that we just have all these elements and everything. I think it looks really good. The detailing is honestly really fantastic. Which then, taking a look at the entrance from this side, you can see that we have the Sandtrooper there, and just moving it back and around, you can see that we have the door, which this honestly is a really simple mechanism. You simply just pull it out and it opens up, which I think is really nice. And then you have like the metal detector for the droids, I believe is what it is. There you can see that there, which I think is really nice. I'm not sure what happened there, but then you can see moving on over, we have this room, which this is what the feature does. The idea is that it literally just flicks them out. So for example, if you was having a fight with them or playing with a friend or whatever, you can simply push them out like that, and yeah, that is what that does, which honestly, I think that feature is actually a really well done one. It's just built in really perfectly just well. That simply is just the best way of putting it. You can see that it does that like that, and yeah, I think that room, honestly, is really nice. You can see we have the glow in the dark part, and just everything about the little detailing on the wall as well is really cool. So yeah, I really like that room. And then just moving on, you can see that it's just quite an empty space, and that is what it does look like from the top. It's tiled off pretty neatly, I have to admit. And then moving on over to this part, this is just basically the extra little part. This is, of course, the bar itself, which I think is done really well. Honestly, this gold part is absolutely fantastic. And if we just put Wuha there, it just looks really good. You can see that there we have all the detailing on the bar. We have just everything there. It's done really well. We've got like the gold bits, like I said. And yeah, this, I think, is just done really well. Like, the build is quite simple, but again, it's really effective. You have the blaster on the side. You've got like the little cashier point for him. So yeah, I think this is a really neat little area. You can see just moving around and everything. So yeah, that's what the bar looks like. It is honestly really cool. And if we just compare it to another minifigure up here, like, the sizing is really good, because as I say, sometimes the minifigure, it doesn't quite work. It'd be a bit awkward, but that is like a perfect height. So yeah, that is what the canteen looks like. It's honestly not too much to look at, but I thought it was worth to take a look at this set, because honestly, I think this is a really awesome Star Wars set. So now let's move on to my final thoughts on this really awesome set. So there we have it. I hope you did enjoy this video. What do you think of this set? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Overall, I think this is honestly a really good set. Like, the minifigures were great. It definitely has devalued, I would say, a tad since then, because you get Wuha again, and you get like the minifigures all in another set. Though this at least does have the older helmet, which is, like I say, a lot better, and it doesn't look as melted as I call the new one. But yeah, this set honestly, I think is really good. And for £35, I thought this was a really good deal. Back in the day, you just get really good figures. You get a really iconic build. You get an iconic, quite controversial scene in some way. So yeah, it's a fantastic set. This, I guess they could have removed that. Honestly, if this had been the only set and they'd made it like a £28-30 set, that I guess would have been better. Maybe even 25, but I mean, that is an okay build. So yeah, this set I definitely think is really cool, and I would have recommended it back in the day. But nowadays, it depends. If you can afford the bigger one, I would say go to the bigger one. I don't own the bigger one, but I think it looks definitely better because you get more to it, and you get the other two characters at the bar. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video. Again, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and until tomorrow's video, see you there. Bye for now.